Looking forward to today's episode. We've had a few bad results recently, and it needs some tweaking. And it's motivated me to make sure we get this right, to be honest. And we've made a transfer. We have got our replacement for Lionel Messi, Alexander Isak. Now, I know what you're going to say. Yeah, Jack, he's not left-footed. He doesn't dribble like Messi. He doesn't have the vision of Messi. Like, what are you on about? That's not recreation of Messi. No, you're right. It's not. But he plays up front while Erling Haaland plays on the right-hand side. So now you've got somebody who is much better in terms of their passing vision, much better mentally, is physical. He happens to be 6'4". Now, we can't buy 5'6" Messi. He doesn't exist. Not in the 2009 version. He does exist on the game, actually, but he's just nowhere near the same player, so that wouldn't be... There's no point in trying to do that. So, yeah, Erling Haaland comes in to now play on the right-hand side, and then Alexander Isak will be our Samuel Eto'o. Now, Alexander Isak, I mentioned this, I think, a little bit in the last episode. I touched upon it. He's quite similar to Samuel Eto'o in a lot of his attributes. He's just a bit taller. I know we've now got two players that are decently tall in the front line. And as long as we're not using that, as long as we're not hitting it long up to them and stuff like that, I'm okay with it. Because we can't get the same exact players. So they just happen to be taller than the originals. So that's fine. We're not going to play to that as a strength, though. We're just going to almost assume that they're not that height. You see what I mean? We'd have started this save on the new update. We could have had Rooney from Copenhagen, but we didn't. So we're stuck with what we've got. This is going to be the team today then. As you can see here, we're going to have Isak up front with Haaland on the right-hand side. The only change to the tactic, I think, from the last game, is I want to see it live and tweak it a little more, is we're going to untick overlap, because I don't feel like this right-hand side player really does do enough anyway, but I almost want to see what happens now when we've got our best player there. So it's interesting to see if he's got more room and he's on the right-hand side to see how he gets on. So that's what we're going to start off with anyway in this episode, is we're going to start off with that and see how that goes. Assistant manager says this is a match we should be winning. This is the square pitch again, isn't it, that they play here at Betis? Yeah, let's zoom that out a little bit. Okay, yeah. Today's game then, we're going to see how we play against Real Betis away from home. I didn't catch you where they are in terms of their pass, completion, that sort of stuff. Not too interested what happens out of possession, to be honest. We'll see what happens when we get the ball. I'm going full match. I don't know what's happened. Somebody put this in the comments, actually. Like, they can't believe how much the tactic has changed on the update. We also did make one or two tweaks, but this is going to be back to like how we started the series now. The sort of level of tweaks and things we're going to look at here. So when this play builds up, watch Pedri, who's over here. Pedri is number 16. So watch him here. He sort of goes up, and then he's quite detached now, isn't he, from these two here. He's like, the only way to get in the ball here is potentially in behind. That's all that's really on for him. So he's sort of there running in behind, and he just gets himself detached. And then really what needs to happen is, if that happens, you have to retain and build and go to the other side for the kind of football we want to play. What you don't do is do that and force it. So that's already something on this side that seems to have gone a lot worse. There's a lack of cohesion on this left-hand side if you look at this. So the ball goes wide, and watch just these three again. So Fati, Pedri, and Gaia. Fati sort of goes inside, then comes back on the outside, which is fine. But then as soon as he does that, the first thing he needs to be is an option to play the ball to, not making this run. You know, that's just not what we want from Gaia. Because now look, now what they're going to do. Now that's okay. I mean, in real life, I would expect him to balance off. He'd have been across and he'd be out. Gerard Piqué would be there as an option, but our centre-back's not going to do that, even with the maximum settings on. I'm going to go stay wider for Eric Garcia and see if that helps, but like, I'm going to take Sitnar off, because I think that makes him make these underlapping runs, because we have underlap on. So I'm going to take that off from Gaia and see what that does. I'm going to go to comprehensive for 20 minutes or so in the game. Gavi has it around to Gaia. This is a throw-in highlight. Anthony Fati cuts in his right foot, probably get a shot away, because it's Gavi. A non-threatening effort really there. Our possession's taking the tank in, by the way. I don't really understand what's going on here. Erling Haaland gets onto it, gives it to Lazari. Lazari on the right-hand side, going to go wide with the ball. Plays back into Gavi, who then plays across to Pedri. Alexander Isak. It's a bit all over the place. Pedri, Erling Haaland, and it's over. One for Barca. It's played short. They're going to leave us to have the ball short, actually, as well. Lazari. Gaia. Plays it to Lazari. Lazari, and on the outside. Gives it away. No, keeps it. Ansu Fati, and it's over. I'm just thinking back to that insert on the left-hand side. That's why you want the deep line playmaker on support in this this match engine here, because if he's going to go wide then struggle. He needs him closer, so he's an option. I think he saw that Ndombele was too far to use. I think that's going to be the change we're going to have to make going forwards there. I think it's just going to have to be honest. It just stops that, like, they lock themselves into a side and there's no option. Do you know what I mean? So Gabby has it, plays it across to, well, don't know what's happened there, but Hurling Haaland gets to it and Ndombele. So, like, they're now more willing to use him. Do you see what I mean? And Hurling Haaland gets in. That probably should have been a goal, and it's offside. Possession creeps back up, and it's gone straight back down. Corner for Barca. Guy's going to whip it in. It's going to be Lacroix. Headed down, it's a goal. A rare set-piece goal here for Barcelona. I'm not going to celebrate that because that's not what we're here to do, but we'll take it. He's going to play off the back here. Eric Garcia's going to get it. He's going to play it to whoever he wants. Gaia. Go on, use him. Fatty. Use Pedri. Okay, that's fine. All dribble with it. That's fine as well. Goes through, plays to Alexander Isaac, who tries to play an early ball in. I mean, I suppose it was almost on. Every now and again, that's okay, I suppose. Looks not all the time. Ansu Fati wins it off of Montoya. Ansu Fati back to Gaia and Ndombele, who looks like he's getting more involved. We keep the ball better now with him up there. Erling Haaland, Lazari, what in the... If we score from this, though, it was more from their mistake more than ours. Ourselves playing good. That should have been a goal. That should definitely have been a goal. Ansu Fati keeps it alive, and that's going to be into the highlights. I say don't lose faith. Garcia has the ball early on to Lacroix. He's going to come across this side. He's back to Gavi. Gavi's going to... I mean, I would hope that the pressing forward would still make the odd movement back to come and get on the ball as well. But doesn't seem to be doing that. Eric Garcia got an easy pass to Pedri. Now make the run, Ansu. You're in. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Across goal, surely. Pedri gets onto it in Ndombele. We just look a lot more secure in possession, if I'm honest. Our stats look better. So I think Ndombele has to be a deep line playmaker support for that reason. It just makes it when we pass ourselves into a locked situation, he's there to retain. And yeah, it just looks better, to be honest. Guy has it here. Holds on to it. Goes, that's it, stay on it. And Ndombele, good. Gavi. Plays early into Pedri and behind. Okay, that's okay. As long as, use somebody. Good. Ansu Fati, better. Okay. Nothing stupid. Gavi. Erling Haaland. This could be a classic goal from Barcelona if it's onside, but I don't know if it is. It's actually going to be right on the line. Come on, be onside. Be a good move. Come on. Joking. That was nearly one of the perfectly created goals for Barcelona there, but it wasn't to be. We carry on. Alexander Isaac is getting subbed off, and we're going to throw on, I guess, Mukoko can go in there as a number 9. Fati back into Eric Garcia, who's going to play it across. Yep, good Lacroix. You've got overload here. Who do you want? Gavi, Haaland to Lazari, who's going to probably have to swing this in now because it's gone so wide. Don't want to see that. Rubbish. Absolute trash. There's a highlight before the sub is made. This could be a chance. Could even be a goal, incidentally, for somebody here. Livakovic gets it to Eric Garcia, who has options. He's got his Iniesta if he wants him. Lacroix's got everything. They're just stay on it. Let him come to you. And Ndombele. Lacroix, move him around. Pass it, move him around. Erling Haaland is behind Dani Alves. For some unknown reason, even I've taken overlap off, they're still in the same space. That's not good. Maybe support duty. That's going to get frustrating again if that keeps happening. Ndombele, Erling Haaland's in. What's he going to do with it? Erling Haaland. Oh, essentially one of the last highlights of the game. De Jong gets it, plays it out to Lazari, to Erling Haaland. Plays an early ball into a clearly offside Mukoko. Was never going to count. Draw. Now, I'd just like to ask you, where would you rank the level of bottle job if we didn't win the title this season? To Sevilla, not even to Real Madrid, but to Sevilla. Where would you rank that in terms of YouTube manager bottle jobs? I rank that almost at the top. Even though it's a recreation, still, the fact we were so far in advance, so high, and so further ahead of Sevilla, and to be in this situation is demoralising a little bit, but it's the reality. It's where we're at. So that makes the save interesting, doesn't it, a little bit more? So yeah, not good. Not good at all. Who do we play next? Athletic Bilbao. When do we play Sevilla, actually? At home. Okay, that makes it slightly easier. Not too bad. Right, anyway, so we'll play Athletic Bilbao here in the next game in a few days in the light snow, apparently, and I'll see you then. Welcome back. So the tweaks for today's game then is going to be the same ones from the left back as before. We took sit and arrow off. We're going to put overlap back on, and we're going to keep everything else almost the same with deep line playmaker on support, but the other difference is I'm going to have him on sit and arrow. Now, the only reason for that is that when we're building up, is that he just gets out of the same line as Lazari. There's two options here. Either you keep him on the settings that he was on, which, I mean, he was okay in his positioning, Haaland. We'll see what he does when he gets more used to it, because he's not really 100% on it yet. But the clear problem was when he was high, he was in the same line as him. We'll leave it as it is for this game, but that's the alternative, is that we take sit and arrow off, because before he was just left on nothing. And it could be go sit now over here, maybe stay wider there, because then it's once he gets the ball, then he's going to go inside rather than drifting inside early. We'll go stay wider on this as well again. I think on both of them, really. Yeah, that's fine. Assistant manager says, we're favourites for a reason. Early chance here for us potentially. And Guy gets onto the ball, plays it to Ansu Fati into Ndombele, and Ndombele across to Gabby. We've got a nice little overload there. Plays into Pedro. I didn't really see what was happening. I was looking too much at the other side of the pitch. And it's going to be a corner. Corner for Barcelona. Guy's going to whip it in. It's going to go to the far post this time. Eric Garcia, Erling Haaland. Blocked shot. That's probably the end of the highlights. And it is. Nothing happens at half time. We're actually in trouble here. We need to win this game. Let's go sit narrower on the wing back. And let's put him to stay wider maybe. I just get the feeling he has to be on an attack duty as well, really. Oh yeah, we did change Ansu Fati to inverted winger attack. That was the change that I forgot to mention. This obviously isn't working. Says he's on a good match rating, but he doesn't seem to ever do anything. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll go with this, see how this goes for the first 20 minutes. I like here, Lacroix gets it, plays it through to Lazari to Gabby, to Erling Haaland. Haaland to Isaac, nice little spread of positions. Pedri's in, what a bit of football, surely. Pedri, come on, man. Highlight here then for Gaia into Pedri to Ansu Fati. Back into Gaia, we're going to create some combinations here, which is good, that's fine. Gabby's actually more spread, actually. I do like that now a bit more. Good bit of football to get the ball into Isaac, into Haaland again. Gabby, we look okay there, good bit of movements. There we go, that's more like it, Erling Haaland. Oh, that was better, wasn't it? That was better. We are going to go to the 4-4-2 this time because we need to score. We're going to go, I think, we'll bring on Gelson and throw Erling Haaland on the left-hand side. Yeah, we'll do that. I like here for Athletic Bilbao, they get the ball. If they score, we're in actually deep trouble then. If we draw, it goes to head-to-head with us and Sevilla. If we lose, they're ahead on points, and this is not good. They're going to break through Lazari. No way, referee. Penalty. Missed. Oh my goodness. This could be a counter-attack for us. Last minute. Are we going to steal a victory? Mokoko. Ansu Fati's in. Surely Ansu Fati. No. Can't believe what I'm seeing in the save. I think we're going to come back every game at the moment, to be honest with you, which I know some of you enjoy that because you get to see the tweaks as they happen. So that's probably what we're going to do because we're in a fight for a title now. We need to keep winning and we're being challenged. Like, do you remember that video where I put up that I kept saying, or I kept putting into the video that I kept saying that we don't get challenged in the league. Wow. What a stupid comment that was. But we're level. We're in terrible form. Like, we've won one game in how many games? It's not good. And look who we get to play next. In the next episode, next episode will be Levante. We'll probably skip Porto and do Madrid. It's probably what will happen. I'm concerned, if I'm honest with you, but I don't understand why it's dropping so much right this second. I need to go and look at this again, but I think to get the Xavi role to work, like for them to split as terms of a tactic in a system and to allow the ball to come to them, which is what Pep spoke about a lot. It needs to be like a Mazzala because that spread the front five really well. But then I can't really have my Xavi and Iniesta quote having the same role because they didn't do the same role. But then it was a little bit down to the player profile being different. That is a part of it. So I don't know. I don't think I can do that again. It's the way I've got it currently there is I've just put Pedri onto dribble more and him onto dribble less, which would hopefully get them to behave slightly more like themselves. I could go with him shorter passing, I guess, as well. Let's try that and see if that comes up because I need him to be in attack duty with the looks of it. The 4-3 doesn't break forwards, I think, enough. We'll see how that looks, but I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the state of play. We're in a title race with Sevilla. They didn't expect that in this series. We haven't conceded many goals. We're not scoring really enough, though. And it's been a poor few weeks for us. But Real Madrid are currently lurking in the non-European places at all. So there is that for a bit of humour in the series. Yeah, we'll come back for these next two games here, Levante and Real Madrid. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're learning what not to do, and I'll see you next time.